Hi Pre-K friends, it's Mrs. Beal again, here to read another story. In the story I read on Tuesday, called Sunflower House, we read about a little boy who did something really fun. Let's stop to think, what happened at the beginning of the story? He planted some seeds. Then what happened? Right, the seeds grew, and they didn't stay small, did they? The seeds grew and grew into mammoth flowers that made up a sunflower house, a special play place just for kids. At the end of the story, something sad happened. What was it? That's right, the flowers began to wilt and die. But the boy didn't stay sad for long because that's right, they collected seeds to plant a new sunflower house next spring. Super fun. I'm so glad that story had a happy ending. In today's story, What Makes a Plant, we're going to find out what happened to those sunflower seeds when the little boy sowed them or planted them in the ground. We're going to learn some true information, some fun scientific facts about what happens to a seed when it gets planted. Let's take a quick picture walk through this story. Oh, I see carrots just like on the front cover. Oh, I see some dandelion seeds. Oh, look, it looks like somebody is sowing seeds in this story too and watering them. Oh, I wonder what those are. Those are really interesting. Next, I see tiny seeds and a really big tree. Do you think that huge tree could have grown from just a seed? Huh. I'd love to blow dandelions. I wonder what that has to do with seeds. Oh, I love to eat corn too, but oh wait, look. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? If I planted this corn instead of eating it, it would grow a whole new plant. That's super cool. Ooh, and tomatoes. I love tomatoes. There's an activity at the end, and there's some more words. Oh, and even the very last page has something for you to learn. Let's get started. In today's story, What Makes a Plant, there's a glossary in the back. This glossary is full of words that help you understand what's happening in the story. You might not know these words, so we're going to go over them, and that way when you hear them in the story, it will help you understand what's happening. The first word is absorb, and that means to drink or take in water. Think about drinking through a straw. You're sucking in the water, you're absorbing it into your body. Think about when you spill something and you get a washcloth or a paper towel and it sucks up the water, it absorbs the water. The next word is flowers. Now we all know what flowers are, but do you know what their job is? Flowers are very important because they're the part of the plant that make seeds. Flowers make seeds. Next is the word leaves. We all know what leaves look like, but they have a job too. And the leaves are the flat parts of a plant that grow from the stem. They also make the food for the plant. The next word is life cycle. It's a series of stages that living things go through as they grow older. Next is the roots. The roots are the parts of a plant that grow underground and absorb water. Oh, that word absorb, that means to take in water. And finally, the stem. The stem is the part of a plant that holds up the leaves and the flowers. All right. What makes a plant? You see any letters on there that you know? Tell your grown-up about some of the letters that you see in the title. That's right, I see a big letter P. What's it sound? P, p. Good job, there's that M. Like Mariano's name, it makes the sound. Let's count the words in this title. 1, and there's a space. So a new word starts. 2, 3, well, there's another space. Start a new word. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 words are in this title. Does anybody know what this is right here? It's a question mark. A question mark means that you're wondering something. So we kind of have to read this title with a wonder in our voice. What makes a plant? We're going to find out. In this story, we're going to learn about the life cycle of plants. We're going to learn about new plants. Then we'll do some science activities together. Life cycles. Plants are living things that grow and change over time. Plants are alive. Whoa, look at this tree. This text box calls it a grandpa tree. The oldest tree is over 4,000 years old. That's really old. It's even older than Mrs. Beale. They have life cycles. The plants have a life cycle. That means they grow and they change over time. A plant starts its life cycle as a seed. The seed needs water, air, soil, and sunlight in order to grow. First, the seed grows roots in the soil or the dirt. Look down below the soil. Can you see those little wiggly things growing from the plant? Those are called roots. Remember, we learned in the glossary that the root's job is to absorb or take in water. The roots help the plant absorb or take in water. Look at these roots. Look how big they are. This tree has large roots, which help it get water. Small plants have small roots. Big plants have big roots. Next, the stem grows. This plant grows roots and then a stem. Can you see from the seed? The first thing to pop out of the seed is the roots. Then the stem grows up towards the top of the soil, up towards the sky. The stem carries water and food through the plant. Well, this text box tells us big stems. A tree trunk is just a huge stem. The plant also grows leaves. The leaves absorb sunlight. Lots of leaves. There are many different kinds of leaves. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes, but they all do a job. Sunlight helps the plant make food. So the leaves use the sunlight to make food for the plant. Some plants grow flowers. This yellow flower is a dandelion. The flowers make seeds that grow into new plants. So this yellow flower becomes this white puffball that we've all seen and love to blow. When you blow on a dandelion, those little fuzzy parts are connected to a seed. The next time you look at a dandelion, see if you can see the little brown seed. New plants. The new plant will look like its parent plant. A new plant grows from a corn seed. So if you plant this tiny kernel, it will grow a root. The roots will grow longer, and then a stem will grow what direction? Up or down? The stem grows up, the roots grow down, right? The new plant will grow leaves and seeds too. New seeds are growing inside these tomatoes. Think about the project you did on Tuesday. Did any of you see seeds inside of tomatoes at your house? Here's what the seeds might have looked like. The life cycle begins again. When you plant the seeds, what grows first? That's right, the roots. Then the stem. Good job. Next, the leaves grow. What do the leaves do for a plant? What is their job? What did we read about? Talk with your grown-up for a minute. What did you hear in the story? That's right, the leaves make the food for the plant. Next, the flower begins. The flower's job is to make the seeds. When the petals fall off of this flower, a baby tomato will begin to grow. And what's inside that tomato? That's right, seeds. All right, let's do science, it says. What are the parts of a plant? Try this and see. What to get? A paper and pencil, a plant with roots, and some scissors. You could probably find a plant with roots right outside your front door. It might be tiny, but I bet you could find one. What to do? Look closely at your plant. What are the different parts? Carefully cut apart your plant, or you can just look at the different parts. Talk about the different parts. Tell someone what different parts you saw and talk about what each part does. And finally, on the last page, you can try this fun, yummy activity. Tasty plants. We eat many parts of plants. Peas are seeds. Carrots are roots. Lettuce is a leaf. Broccoli is a flower. Make a list of your favorite plants to eat. What part of the plant do they come from? For today's literacy activity, I want you to draw as many tasty plants as you can. Talk with your grown-up about what part of the plant they are. And label the parts. Have fun, and I hope you enjoyed today's story. What makes a plant?